Morning. What we're going to do is just move this till the birds are still in there. I'm going to try and remove the bulkhead because I need to get on with something. I'm sure the mothers will still feed them, but I need to get this bulkhead removed so when they do eventually fledge, or maybe I can split and take the gearbox off and check the clutch. So that's what we'll do today. So I'll just, after I've took the bulkhead out, I'll split the gearbox so I can check the clutch, and the birds can just stay there. Look, the parents can still get in and feed them. That'll be fine. So we've got the bulkhead off. I've got this little bracket for part of the steering, you know, the steering rack, steering wheel shaft. So we'll clean that up and give it a paint. Ready to put on the new one. We managed to get the radiator out, so that's good. Mama bird is still feeding the chicks, so they're okay. And I just took this bit off so we can paint that up. That's where the bonnet clip down goes across the radiator, and these are the two cross web arms. So they'll be all painted up nicely for when it go back together. So we're still waiting for the bulkhead, but also we need to do the roof at the same time. Now, this inside of the roof we're not going to see, and I'm just going to hand paint it. I don't really need it, but I've got the time, so I'm going to do it. So we'll get that done, and then this can be prepped ready for the paint shop, along with the rear bulkhead that sits over there. Well, we'll get that 2 coats. Let's just make it look a little bit better than what it did. Obviously that'll be covered with carpet once we get the build complete. Just going to see if I can knock them dents out a little bit. Not too worried about this bit because that'll be underneath. The rear tub will come up to here probably somewhere, but we'll just knock that one out a little bit, might as well, before that get painted black. That's about as good as that's going to get. Can fill the rest. Ready for the spray shop. This one will just be sanded, probably 240, and painted straight over. So we managed to get the steering pump off. Got one of the steering line brackets, you know, the nut is spinning, so we'll have to try and get that out at some point so we can put it onto the new chassis. And clean the pump up, give it a little paint, and then fit it on. But basically the engine's ready to come out now. I've loosened the engine mounts off. The bird's still in there, the black birds. I might just pick them up and move them because the mothers seem to be feeding them even though I'm here, so I don't think it's going to be an issue. And they're holding me up. So there's the pump, took it all off, got this arm off. So it's going to be quite difficult to clean up, but you see it's quite rusty. I'll give it a little go over, make it a little bit tidier than what that already is for when that go back on. You see, and I can change the engine and fit this back on. Could maybe fit that before you drop the engine in, but it's probably better to fit it afterwards. Well, it's now 6 o'clock, so we'll come back tomorrow to sort the steering pump out and hopefully move the engine. See you tomorrow. So I didn't actually disconnect any pipes from the actual steering pump. I took the feed off of the well, that's not well, I didn't take no pipes off the hydraulic pump. I just disconnected the steering rack, and then one of the pipes from the pump go to the reservoir. I couldn't get that one off, so I took there's another pipe from there to the steering rack or steering pump, whatever you want to call it here, and took that one off. So I've only disconnected 2 pipes. So basically that's ready to drop, well, take out. I'm not going to take too much out. Like I say, the blackbird mother's still coming in and feeding the chicks. Look, they're getting quite big now, so I might be able to just move them. Let's see, but I've managed to get the bulkhead off and everything, and the radiator, steering pump. I can't see Mama at the minute, but she's coming back and feeding them, so it's obviously not disturbing them too much. Well, that's a nice day today for it, so I'm going to try and lift the engine out later on. The chicks are quite still there, and they're still getting fed and they're getting big. So I think if I just move the tilt and keep them under there, considering how much time I've spent around them, I think they'll be fine. In the meantime, we'll take some wood home. Got some big lumps to unload. And we need to do a little repair job on the trailer. Put a bit of wood across here and screw it on. This bit fell out. International 434. Just as they were changing over. 55, maybe just 60s. Nice tractor. Got the roll bar on it. Nice little trailer. Some big lumps of wood on it. Engine hoist in the trailer. So we'll go back, but we have got to clean up the steering rack for the power steering, so we'll probably do that first. There's load 2, almost unloaded. Well, almost one more load, but that'll do for now. Park this in the shed and let's get on with the Landrover. So we'll get started with this. We'll try and clean it up a little bit, make it look a bit more presentable. I've got a new ball joint coming for this, so we need to fix that. That's on its way. And this arm that can be easily cleaned up and painted. So while it's here, we might as well put it on the bench and make it a little bit better. What do you guys think? I've got it sort of cleaned up best I can. Well, really should have done this bit as well, but that's over here now. So that'll do. We'll get that painted. That'll look a little bit better. So we painted the pipe retainers, the locking devices and the nuts. Thought I might as well. And the chicks are under a piece of cardboard, so they should be alright. So I found both lifting eyes. That's better, that's the engine sorted. Keep the birds covered up. Just want to lift the gearbox at the same time. So now we need to get a strap on the gearbox without damaging anything. Engine's in the air. I don't think my finger's going to go up high enough, so I'm going to try and lower the chassis. That's going to be quite difficult, but it's not too bad, huh? So that's where I've done it. Got it round there. It's not too bad. The birds are alright. Mum's still feeding them, so that's all good. So as the engine's gone up, obviously that's pulled the engine closer to the lifter and twisted the chassis a bit, so I need to take everything off the chassis and get that lowered down before that fall off the stands. But they're all alright at the minute. You can see there, look, just moved that much. Something got a bit caught up, I suppose, when we were lifting. Engine out. It's got to turn the hoist around. Engine in. The little blackbirds are still there. Thanks for watching.